We're back.
We're back with T-Bap. We are back. That's about as high energy as you're going to get me right now. For realsies. How are you, JoJo?
I'm alive.
Yeah, same. Anything of interest happened this week? Outside of the world?
The world continued to be shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, nothing. Like the world being shit isn't even interesting anymore.
It's not even news. It's just it is what it is. Yeah. Prezzo said we should take away the guns before due process. So, yeah.
He just.
That's how I feel about that.
He see, you jumped right to it. I was gonna start like the minor stupid.
Oh, go for it.
I was gonna start the minor stupid. Like, hey, there should be a rating system for video games, for violent video games.
Yep.
That's just innovative. No one ever thought of that before.
I don't know why nobody has thought of that before this moment in history. Because, why not? So, yeah. But, yeah, that's how I feel about that. A big, hearty chuckle. Because,
Yeah.
That's what they're afraid of with Obama.
Yeah.
And they put this joker in the White House. And he says, we should just take them away before you get a chance to go to court. So go in and sweep up the guns. That's not what he said. I'm paraphrasing, but he basically just said, go in and take the guns and before due process because it takes so long. That's almost a direct quote.
Pretty much.
So yeah.
Honestly, I'm at the point where I paraphrase Trump because the paraphrasing always sounds more believable than what he actually said is usually so ridiculous and so stupid.
Right.
That the paraphrasing actually, I had to paraphrase, otherwise people wouldn't believe me if I said he said it.
He was actually pretty direct this time.
Yeah, and it's
which is interesting.
But
yeah, gonna go stockpile some guns now, like y'all did with Obama, because Obama was gonna take away the guns, but whatever. So yeah. What did we do this week? What did we watch?
We watched the Castlevania Netflix Castlevania anime. The 4-episode. Is it called just Castlevania?
I think it's just called Castlevania. That's what I'm gonna write on the title.
Yeah, it's, just Castlevania. The 4 episodes came out last year. Mm-hmm. In preparation for the new season coming out this year. I forget the month.
Indeed. This is the second time we've seen it. It's really super good. That's it. The podcast is over. No, just kidding.
It's spoiler alert. It's a recommendation right off the bat.
Oh yeah, it's really really good. So, who wants to summarize? Is it my turn or your turn? I think you did it, or I think I did it last time. I don't know.
Well, I get there are people who probably haven't played.
There may be indeed, even though it's a super hard game. Castlevania is based off of a game in which you invade Dracula's castle to murder him and his cohorts. So, there's that. In this anime, we get to see some backstory for Dracula.
The first thing you see this, because it takes place in, like, if you haven't played Castlevania games, it's basically a fictional, it's kind of like medieval times, but think like medieval, like European medieval. I don't think like a real nation. Mm-hmm. It's things where like magic, dark fantasy, like fantasy, really rough and gritty fantasy setting. Mm-hmm. And you have this spirited lady, I guess you could say it the truth. Like this woman of she's a healer of science.
Yeah.
She had come to this castle because she had rumors that a monster lived there, but she didn't believe it because no scientific evidence.
Right.
That's
she offends the straight white men of the time.
Yeah. Which I agree with. I'm all down for straight white men being offended, but it's kind of stupid to be like, oh well, it's preposterous for this to be all dark and mad and superstition when you live in a world where monsters exist.
Right.
But like, yeah, Dracula in this, he uses a combination of he uses like he is supernatural and he has supernatural powers, but he also has science.
Yeah.
Like he has like a whole laboratory. His castle moves around. It's implied to be science, but he does have like actual magic and demonic powers. So it comes to me like she just, whenever I see characters like that in this kind of setting, I think it's kind of like, and this is not like a dig at her, it's a dig at the character trope. It's kind of a little closed-minded. It's like when Reed Richards doesn't believe in Marvel, doesn't believe in magic, despite the fact that he knows magic users.
Right?
Like, he's an atheist, but he has met God. Literally
Several
met God.
of them, too.
No, he has met the capital G God in Marvel Universe.
Interesting.
But yeah, so that's how we start out, and then... So,
yeah, he's not, or she's not afraid of him when they do.
It's kind of a meet cute.
It's super adorable. He tries to scare her, and she's like, "Bruh, chill. I'm just trying to discover what kind of science stuff you got here. I'm just trying to figure it out." And he's like, "Oh, you're different. I like you." So they get married. We do a time skip. She goes to the church for some reason. I guess to try to speak on Dracula's behalf. My memory is a little fuzzy.
Oh, well, they didn't actually show her going there. We found out later that's what she did. So there's a time skip. Like, we've seen this twice, right?
Yeah.
And it's not badly done at all. It's kind of quick because what I didn't in the beginning of the anime, before she went to the castle, it showed the date. But then when it transitions to her being burned at the stake.
Yep, they think she's a witch. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it takes place a good like 20 years or so later. It's enough for them to have a grown son, which is kind of a spoiler alert, but this is 4 episodes long.
Yeah, it's in the first episode, all this that happens.
And it's based on a game franchise that is
several decades old.
It's older than both of us.
Yeah.
Like, you should at least know that much. So yeah, it's she's being burned at the stake because, you know, medieval setting, so of course the
straight white men get offended, they burn women at the stake.
Yep. Apparently, because they think she's a witch because essentially she's not subservient and she isn't like stupid.
Yeah, pretty much. She isn't your average lady. Anyway, they burn her at the stake. Dracula goes to check up on her, and he's like, "Where's my wife? What happened? What the fuck?" They say she's a witch. Or, well, this old lady is explaining to her, like, she's probably burning at the stake right now, my dog. She's probably burning right now. She's probably dead. He's like, oh, well, fuck this walking around like a man shit. I'm about to be a real nigga.
Yeah.
And burn this place to the ground. Old lady, you did me a solid. Get your family out. Yeah. He makes good on his promise. With all kinds of fire and brimstone and drama, because he's Dracula. And he burns the city. No, he gives them a year to get out. And then he burns the city to the ground 20 years later.
Yeah, and here's the thing we had a bit of contention about. His anger was valid. Like, he was all fire and rage. They did kill his wife. And also, the thing about Dracula, he has a flair for dramatic. He gave them. He came and he gave them a warning. He'd be back in a year.
Yep.
And he would destroy them all.
He gave them a year to get out.
Yep. You flash forward a year, they're having this thing like, haha. See, we knew he wouldn't believe. They're basically like, see, do not be afraid of demons. God is protecting you. Blah blah. Next, you know, it does not just what he promised. Like, the person who told him about his wife getting burned, this old lady, he warned her. This is I will do you this one kindness. Get as far away as you can.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like we glossed over a lot because it's only 4 episodes and I'm afraid to use it all up.
Yeah, this will probably be a short episode because we don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, it's like this is just the first episode, so it's not really a spoiler. It does not. This is the perfect time. I know this is a random segue, but this is a beautiful anime. Like,
it's gorgeous.
Like, the art is just and the thing you really catch that from the very beginning, but the scene you really catch that is when there's no other way to put it, the literal hell he rains down on that city.
Oh yeah, that
Demons
city
demons coming from the sky, fire and brimstone. People
it's so
getting ripped
dramatic
apart.
and like awful, and he raises that town.
Trigger warning: they're not going to actually show the corpse, but they do show a crib with a lot of blood all torn up and a mom crying, so you can kind of assume
it's a dead baby.
Yep, you see heads getting ripped up. Oh my god, if you have a
intestines
if you have a weak stomach for violence, it's a trigger warning, because even if you can say, oh, it's anime violence, it's very well done.
Oh yeah,
like it's
great.
Like there's a scene in one of the later episodes where in an alley fight, some guy gets an eye like whipped out.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, it's not a close, they don't zoom in at all on the eye, but despite that you can still see.
Oh, you see the eye.
You see the nerves.
Yeah.
You see retina.
That's a great time for us to talk about Trevor Belmont.
House of Belmont.
House of Belmont.
He is my favorite character.
Isn't he the last son of the
In this game, in this show, like I said, I haven't played the only classic Castlevania game I played was Symphony of Night, and I think this is taking off a storyline that happened way before, like decade in story before this.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is at the moment. He is at the time the only implied to be the last son of the House of Belmont, which were monster hunters.
Yep.
Who were excommunicated and sent away by the church because because Dark Ages and people are stupid and superstitious. Instead of fighting monsters, they thought that the Belmonts were bringing monsters, which isn't the case. And at least part of it is because of class disparity.
Oh yeah, by the way, he's a vampire hunter because Dracula got in his feelings during the raising of the town and said he wanted to destroy the world.
Well, that's not why Trevor was a vampire hunter.
Well, true.
Yeah, his family is always vampire hunters.
But still, they're in work he's in work right now because of Dracula committing genocide, basically, which is where I disagree with him, obviously.
Yeah.
Up until that point, I'm completely with him.
And your first scene of Trevor is, well, first of all, the scene is well shot because it starts out in the bar and it has like the peasants talking and complaining and shit. Right. Basically, make whatever the name of the country, make them the fictional middle-aged country great again.
Yeah, basically.
Instead of complaining about the cricket church bringing upon the apocalypse, no, they're going to complain about the upper class, the Belmonts, who were the fighters of the monsters, and this special order. I think they're both based on Romany, but these special order, what were they called? The speakers, the listeners,
the speakers.
Yeah, who are mages who were later shown to actually have magical powers, which is interesting to me because one of them is introduced being harassed by some priests, like because this is that kind of corrupt church, right? In the alley, and this old man, you think he's about to get killed, but his granddaughter knows. So do they all know magic? But I'm getting sidetracked. Point is, we get introduced. Trevor is drunk off his ass, and he hears them talking about the House of Belmont. And because Trevor's a smart guy, he's thinking, okay, it's time for me to pay my tab. Blah blah blah. They recognize him, and then they get into a bar fight. And interesting thing about Trevor, he is a badass.
Oh yeah, he is the baddest of asses.
Anyone who played the Castlevania games, even the ones he isn't in, know the legend of Trevor Belmont. And this anime does a great job of showing it. Later on, he fights. He fight in one of his fight scenes. I'm not even gonna say what he fights. He is skilled enough to kick a dagger, like a dagger, not a sword. He kicked a dagger.
Oh yeah.
No. He fights with a consecrated whip. He uses the whip to grab a dagger out of a monster, right? And while it's in midair and spinning after the whip had let it go, he runs up a pillar, he jumps and kicks the dagger into the monster's eye.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
That's how skilled Trevor is.
This is only the second episode, by the way, which we'll probably only discuss the first two episodes and then let the last two stand on their own.
He is able to fight on par with vampires with a vampire who is insane. Who if you played Symphony of Night, you know who Alucard is. He's able to fight Alucard and to a draw. But what this anime does that I like is that they reinforce that despite being an overall, honestly, borderline superhuman badass.
Yeah.
he was also very, very drunk and
Oh,
outnumbered.
yeah.
So he
Yeah.
wins, but it's like one of the most realistic bar fights I've ever seen in anime.
Yeah.
Like they hit him in the nuts enough time. He has enough nut shots for him to actually comment on, like, why do you keep hitting me? Like, he wins, but he is bleeding from the mouth when he leaves.
Oh yeah,
like,
vomiting and just not in a good place
like,
afterwards.
if you've ever seen drunk people fight, it's
not pretty.
It's sloppy and it's
gross,
but it's sloppy in the best way. Like this anime was whoever directed. I need to look up the art direction because
it was great.
The voice acting, we
voice acting is amazing.
Yep,
somebody's Android going off.
That's mine. I'm sorry. I'll put it on silent. But yeah, it was this anime. It's only 4 episodes, and it's probably we've already spoiled half of it.
We have,
but I'm still thinking we should keep it somewhat short till we can. We're not being lazy. It's just we really want you to go out and see it, and please see it before the. I'll look that up real quick. Please go and see it before the. Keep talking through.
The second season.
The second
comes
season
out. Yeah. The second season will be longer than 4 episodes. Yeah. Thank God.
Yes, and it is happening. It is expected. GameStop, come on, GameSpot, load up.
So yeah, we expect to do an episode on the second season as well. We just wanted to get this one up. It's been a little bit delayed, but we wanted to get it up. Sometimes stuff is delayed. It happens.
Yeah. Well, there isn't a specific date released yet, but it's going to be in. It's probably since the last one was released in the summer. It's probably going to be the summer.
Yep. So yeah,
like we know
watch it.
Like I'm ready for it.
Be ready. Is there anything else you want to cover on it? We didn't even mention the other guy, but we'll leave him.
Yeah, if you played Symphony at Night, I mentioned his name, but I think y'all should watch it and see for yourself because he is pretty great. He is also pretty
It's really good. It's only 2 hours.
He's my second favorite character because he isn't quite as The only reason he's not my favorite character in this is because he isn't as amusing as Alucard. He isn't. Oh, I just said name. He isn't as amusing as Trevor. He is still.
He's super hot.
Yeah.
I like him. I like him better than Alucard, actually. I mean, not Alucard. What's
Dracula?
his face? Yeah, Dracula.
Well, with good reason, because Alucard isn't crazy.
Yeah. But anywho, that's it. Anything else you want to cover, plug, etc.?
Not really. You know me, I never have anything going on other than being being your assistant for the cosplay. Helping you with assistant / living prop sometimes / handler.
Yeah, I mean,
I pimp your stuff all the time.
I'll probably start working on cosplay stuff this month. It is March. I was about to say March, but it's already March. Oh my God.
Yeah, right. Where did time go? Well, it was the shortest month of the year.
Yep.
What any plans for this year? Let's see. We're still gonna make time for Tiger and Bunny. It's not bad, y'all. We do.
It's just taking a while.
Like we do like Tiger and Bunny. It just things keep happening, and we keep finding things that are just as interesting, if not more interesting.
Right.
It's not bad. It's not uninteresting. It just.
It was just a rough week last week too. So.
Yeah.
Low spoons, etc., etc.
Y'all will get that one eventually.
All right. Yeah, we got stuff to do. We love you.
We do love you.
Have a good week.
Have a good week.
Bye.